Very good evening, everyone. Charles here, Frgnt's daily chart analysis. What's the time? Just approaching 9:15 here, local in Milan, Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2026. So, just wrapping up the evening. To be quite honest, I wasn't on the charts too much post my entry this morning. So, if we have a look at this morning's play, what do we have? We can see here 11 hours ago, how time flies. We had, or what I had said, or my forecast rather, was that this would be the better position that I'd be looking to take. And I posted a video on the position that I did take in and around here as a result of price coming into that higher time frame order block, tapping into that wick imbalance from that weekly time frame as well that you can see over here. So tremendously we were bullish on that daily candle, but nevertheless, using smart money concepts, I should say, looking at that intraday perspective, we came into that 4-hour order block. Once that order block was then refined, right there up at the highs, just after New York, or rather just after Tokyo, price tapped beautifully into a 15-minute order block that was refined within the area at the highs, as I say. And then we broke some structure points within Asia. As a result of that, then I was looking for a short, pretty much immediately upon London Open, I must be honest. However, I did not recognize the better position, and of course that's depicted here with that red line, the red arrows that you can see. So once that structure point had been established, the lows of Asia, in an ideal scenario, I would have loved to have seen price just break that area, come back, and I'd be looking for the short. So as I said, I produced a video on how I took the short from this area as a result of those, I wouldn't say significant, but certainly there were some structure breaks in and around that area as price came into that 15 order block, broke some structure points, came back in. That bearish engulfing candle then broke lower time frame structure as well, and I took the imbalance short there. Unfortunately, this trade that you see here, the first position, that ended out break even, to be honest. As a result of that break, as you can see, even here 11 hours ago, I managed that to break even. I said the market has done pretty much what I had expected or forecasted it to do, and the rest, unfortunately, is simply history. But with that said, the reason for going break even is I actually understood that, well, if price was going to come back up, it's either going to respect that order block or it's actually going to make a higher high from that area on the 15-minute time frame. As we have here, we've met that higher high. This break, or depending, as I've mentioned in the video, depending on how you perceive it, is that the first low in the market, or rather the second lower low? Is price now coming up to make that lower high for a lower low continuation, or is this simply after that higher low for what could have then been a higher high for a higher low continuation, like so? So nevertheless, I managed that position to break even. It's history now, journaled, and it is what it is. I'd say it was not a great setup, but certainly a good one. I see this type of setup criteria provide me with nice entries over and over and over again, of which I'm pretty much just forced to take in line with my strategy. So what happened after that? So as soon as I went break even, I had recognized, or even a little bit before, as soon as price actually made this move, I recognized an imbalance area was left behind. Therefore, I was quite comfortable to go break even. Let's bring this 15-minute chart up slightly bigger. I was comfortable to go break even as a result of seeing that, to be honest. And as price starts to make those moves in the market, you just hope that imbalances are left behind in order for you to actually get into that position if you're not already in it, or you can just recognize where price is looking to pull back to before potentially making its further leg. So as you can see, that move that pushed me into profit left an order block there up at the highs. There are no other 15-minute order blocks available in that leg. Therefore, I set a sell limit and got on with my day. So the sell limit, as a result of that 15-minute order block, as soon as price tapped in, that was triggered and filled, and I had exactly the same stop loss. And to be quite honest, as price is developing, I'm probably going to close it out overnight, or at least the thing is, moving that to break even when spreads start to kick in, depending on where price is at the close of play, the close of business on this evening, it might just well take me out break even a little bit too early. So either I allow price to breathe or just close it and allow that the market has provided me with an opportunity to take, I don't know, a couple of percent out of the market. I'm not quite sure what it is, 1.5% at the moment. So that's where I am. And as always, I showcase what was done in the morning. So we can see here, that's 11 hours ago, just pure chart technical analysis. And then there is a video somewhere, as you'll see here, plus 4% targets. That was the target. And being Mr. Transparent that I am, unfortunately, the target was not hit. It is what it is. That's trading. No micromanagement of that at all, no partials taken. It was simply take profit or break even as I got on with my day. So currently in this short position as a result of the better, I'd say the more confident position that I'm happy to take as a result of now we clearly see that Asia snap pullback imbalance short. So that's pretty much bread and butter for me in both directions. That's how I love to trade. So it's one for me to come up with that decision at some point as I start to tuck myself into bed. But nevertheless, pretty good trading day, regardless of taking a break-even position. And this current trade is as is for now. And just a gentle reminder to anyone that is starting out or even you've been a while in the game, difficult trading conditions. But the only thing that we can do to mitigate that, of course, is manage your risk effectively. No home run hitting. Just understand that this is indeed a marathon, not any form of sprint. Once all is said and done, in the Middle East, I hate to talk politics, but unfortunately, that is driving the market by way of the DXY. Once all that is said and done, trading continues as normal, right? And you just need to ensure that your capital is preserved and it is there ready for when conditions become slightly more favorable. So hang in there. If you're feeling it a little difficult at this time, stick to your trading strategy, stick to your trading plan, much like myself today. Keep it as straightforward as you can. See your setup, have a check of the DXY. Does it make sense that from that area the DXY could have made a push to the upside? I foresaw that it did, and I took a short position on AU. Now, of course, price came back up on AU, and I guess this here would have been the pullback on AU, again coming into a nice valid point of interest if price will allow me to zoom all that way. And it just makes absolute sense, right, that the DXY has now found that liquidity underneath that daily 50 MA. And as a result of seeing what we said earlier this morning, that despite that gap, the current candle or the previous daily candle still closed above that daily 50 MA. So even if price closes now, then we have, or the daily 50 MA has done its job, right? We're expecting this current candle to close above that daily 50 MA and just respect that, poorly drawn, I must admit, but respect that EMA as it is. So if price is here at the moment above that 50 MA, it's all good news. Even for tomorrow, not to be disheartened if you're not in any particular trade at the moment, well, I can already forecast tomorrow is much of the same. However, if I can clear up some drawings just to give you a nice explanation, if we have that positive closure on that daily candle, we can already see on the 4-hour time frame the imbalance that we have left behind. So it'd be one of those that I'll be looking to remove that 4-hour order block, understand it has done its job, move that process along, identify this 4-hour order block that has now allowed us by way of bullish engulfing candle to actually select that. And it's going to be a simple procedure of just wait for price to pull back, give us that entry criteria again on the DXY, head straight back over to AUD US dollar, and then hopefully by the time price gets there on AU, what do we have? It's been unfortunate. It's very unlikely, although in fact, price is respecting that daily 50 MA in the opposite direction, so that's certainly working against us. Now, as a result of yesterday's daily candle closing above that daily 50 MA, simply that was where my targets were, expecting price to probably roll down towards that daily 50 MA before the pullback, meaning that tomorrow I might be a little bit reluctant to take that short position as a result of if this current daily candle closes above that daily 50 MA. Unfortunately, the short positions would be my least favorable, as I'd be expecting a what would be the word I'm looking for? A short-term short, as a result of price coming back into that daily 50 EMA. Obviously closed above the 4-hour 50 EMA as well, and they're potentially looking to make higher highs. Now, in terms of a short position up in these areas, I wouldn't mind taking a short from those highs as a result of having that distance now. If price makes a higher high into that area, I'll simply be looking for my entry technique or even my setup model first and foremost. If Asia prints, we get much of the same like today. If we can get some breaks of structure within Asia, price pulls up into that valid 15-minute order block tomorrow morning, and I'll be looking for that short exactly the same as this. So rinse and repeat over and over again, and keep it as simple as you possibly can. So take good care, everyone. As I said, hang in there for better trading environment. But as I can show you now, it has been still quite a, personally for me, it's been quite a very good, it's been quite a good week. Well, I'll be honest. So there are positions out there, is what I'm trying to get at. But just make sure you're managing your risk effectively and sticking to that trading plan. As I always say, ladies and gents, thank you very much for your support across all the channels. Very much so appreciated. It doesn't go unseen. And all the very best in your trading journey. You will hear from me tomorrow morning, around about, what would that be in the UK? Around about 4:30, where I'll start conducting my daily chart analysis for pre-London Open. All the very best in your trading journey, team. Take care. That's Charles.